have come. Okay, welcome to Diary Entry 4. I am going to be doing my skincare while I talk to you guys about the next step of my healing, or I'll say discovery journey. I have come to realize that I've overplanned myself out of my dreams. Here's the thing. I'm the type of person that likes to plan things before I actually do things. And even now, before even filming this video, I I've had like multiple takes of this very same video because I've been wondering like, oh, how am I going to film this? I've planned out, oh, I'm going to film it like this, and I have noticed that there's the thing really I've noticed that like when I overplan, I end up not doing the things that I set out to do, especially like the goals for during the first year of this of my during the first month. My goodness, my goals that I'd set out to lose 54K by the end of this month, gain an internship by the end of this month. The plans that I was making was just something that is like you see, and it's like this is a lot of things that I'm planning, and I'm the thing with planning is that there comes a point where you have to say, okay, I've planned enough, I have set everything enough, it's time to actually do the action. And I think one thing that can stop you from actually doing what you need to do and from setting out to achieve your goals, from actually achieving your goals, if your goals are too big, if your goals are just too unattainable. That's what I'm trying to find. If your goals are too unattainable, my goals, and for the past couple of years, like, I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but like, if you're a type of person that loves to plan, but your goals are just too unattainable, or you plan your goals and you never actually reach them, it's always like, oh, I'm going to hit this milestone, I'm going to get rich by the end of this year, I'm going to lose weight by the end of this year, I'm going to get healthy by the end of this year. It comes to 2025, and by the end of 2025 you still haven't reached your goal, you're still at square one. That's how I have been feeling for the past couple of years, because I've noticed that whenever I set my goals, I never really accomplish them, and then the end of the year, I just feel more like unmotivated and sad because I'm like, oh, I ended up not even achieving the goals that I wanted to achieve. Because first of all, the goals that I set for myself are just too unattainable, and they're not broken down into smaller. Because here's the thing, if your goals are broken down into smaller habits, or if they're broken down into smaller milestones, say, okay, you want to lose weight, okay, how do you want to lose weight, or how much, or do you want to be. I think one thing that I want to start doing is actually reframing my goals and seeing like actually how am I going to make sure that I hit my goals, and also how am I going to make sure that I don't over plan. Because if you're just planning things and constantly making calendars, making schedules, making, I don't know, planners, and putting in your say that this is going to happen, I'm going to plan and plan, and if in the event where it doesn't happen, it's going to feel like such a waste. It's going to feel like all that planning and all that effort that you have put in has gone to waste, because it's like, okay, I've planned for everything and nothing has been done, and I'm still back in square one. I haven't, started my goals. I haven't reached my goals. You feel frustrated. I felt genuinely frustrated because every year I would say I'm going to hit this goal. I'm going to hit this mark, and I end up not hitting it. Or if I don't hit it, I beat myself around the bush and I'm like, oh, I'm so useless. I'm so, I'm so useless. I'm not worth it, because why am I not reaching my goals? Why am I not hitting those milestones? And it can be frustrating. I notice that I get very, very frustrated when I don't hit my goals, when I don't reach my milestones, because it's like, okay, I'm planning all these things and I'm not hitting them, and I'm saying that I'm going to be rich, I'm saying that I'm going to gain this amount of money, but then I keep planning. I'm at the first stage. Here's the thing, if you make goals that are unattainable, by the end of the day, you end up not doing them. I end up not doing my goals because it's like the goals are just too big. It's like your goal is here and you are here. You're starting off here and you want to reach here, but you want to jump up. You want to jump the steps that takes you to that goal. And I found that like when I make those type of goals, it's so much more difficult for me to actually attain them, because it's like I'm trying to reach a version of me that is just too far, rather than actually making the current version of me right now better, or actually improving myself one bit at a time. Because I've noticed that, especially with just posting on this YouTube channel, I decided that okay, I'm not going to, instead of reading off a script, I'm going to, whatever comes into my mind, I'm going to film it, and I will edit it and see how it goes. Because here's the thing, if I keep planning my YouTube channel and I'm like, this is what I'm going to say, I'm going to say this now, I'm going to say this now, I'm going to end up not doing it. I'm going to end up not doing it because it's going to reach a point. It's going to reach a point where it's like, okay, I have written all the script, I have written all of this, I have written all of that. When I come to film it, I'm like, oh, I haven't said the right word, so I have to refilm again. I haven't said this word. It also comes down to me being also a perfectionist. Like, I am a big, big perfectionist. I'm the type of person that has to get things right. Like, I just have to like get the script right, get the filming right, get the editing right. If I don't, I end up not posting the video, because here's the thing, there's so many things that I filmed for YouTube and I filmed for TikTok that I haven't gotten posted out, because I'm like, I need to make sure the plan is I need to make sure that everything is according to plan. I need to make sure that the editing is right. I need to make sure that the script is right. I need to make sure, like, so many things go on in my head, and it's like, slow down. Sometimes I think as well, when it comes to that as well, also need to take like a step back and be like, am I actually doing what I set out to do, or am I just planning, or am I just overthinking things through? Because I've noticed that I overthink a lot. Like, when it comes to like filming and trying to get content out, I overthink things through a lot, to the point where it hinders me from doing from setting out to do my goals and to achieve my dreams, because I'm like, I need to make sure I'm doing it perfect. I need to make sure I'm hitting the right, phrases, the right SEOs and whatnot. When it's just postings, because here's the thing, I used to watch all those TikToks where people would be like, just post the content, and I'm like, but I don't even know what to post. I need to even write the script. I need to plan this. I need to plan that. And I think because I watched a lot of videos of people who are like, this is what you need to do to get 1,000 views. This is what you need to go do to get this many views. And when I didn't do that, I felt like I was, being just like incompetent and being lazy and being like, not being good to myself, because I'm like, I'm not doing everything, or I'm doing everything and I'm not getting there. And sometimes it can feel a lot. It feels a lot. For me, it feels a lot because it's like, I'm planning, I'm writing out the script, I'm writing out when I'm supposed to post a video, I'm writing out what I'm supposed to post, I'm writing out what I'm going to say, I'm writing out this. And it's like, it comes to a point where you need to actually take a step back, look at, how much you have done, or even just film the video, just do the action, do what you set out to do. I think one thing that I'm beginning to learn to do, is just to do it. And if it doesn't matter if I fail, it doesn't matter if it's not as perfect as I would like it to be, it's just to film the video, do the exercise, do the studying or just do the work, do the assignment. If it comes out terrible, it doesn't matter as long as I have done it, as long as I have given 10%. If 10% is the all, it's as much as I can give for this YouTube channel. If it's 10%, that is my 100%. That's my 100% because at least I know I've given my all. If 10% right now is what I could give today, that is 100%. For me, that's 100% because if that's all, if 10% is your 100%, if 10% right now is all you can give, that's your 100%. I take it like that, as in, okay, if say I want to, I don't know, I want to start a business, and I'm thinking, because here's the thing, with when it comes to starting a business, when it comes to starting a YouTube channel, of course you need to plan. Of course you need to make sure that you know at least what your niche is. You know at least what you want what you want your audience to get out of your YouTube video. What you want? Do you want it to be educational? Do you want it to be inspiring? Do you want it to cause a certain emotion? Of course you want that, but at the same time, if you focus more on those things, if you focus too much on those things, you neglect the fact that you're not posting. Because here's the thing, if you don't post, how are you going to know what your niche is? If you don't post, how are you going to know whether people like your content or not? How are you going to know if your content will even survive, if your content will even thrive? So I think one thing that I want you guys to take is to focus on doing than to overplan, because I'm in this position where I'm like, you know what, I have nothing to lose. I like, if you're in a position where it's like you have nothing to lose, like what is there? Like my bank account is like 0% right now. Like I barely have any money, so I'm not like I'm still looking for jobs. I'm still, even just all of that. It's like it's stressful. But I come on YouTube and I see that people view my, even if I don't see comments, I see that people view my channel, and I'm happy because I'm like, okay, at least I know that I'm not just talking into thin air and people are actually listening. So I think that's one thing that makes me happy as well. I think for now, for the time being right now, I just want to film. I just want to make sure my content is out there, because here's the thing, there's only so much I can plan for. There's only so much you can plan for in this life. There's only so much you can make sure that it goes right. And not everything is gonna go right. Like trust me, not everything is going to go like how you want it to go. I mean, when I'd say when I started this YouTube channel, I know it's I have one subscriber, but I'm not really like worried about it. When I started this channel and I didn't see the views, I kind of gave up. I gave up because I was like, the first video that I posted, which was like a vlog, the first vlog that I posted, it didn't get up to the views that I wanted. So I was like, let me just give up. And then when I looked at it, I was like, oh, I didn't film this right. I didn't do this right. I didn't do this. I was critiquing so many things. That critic as well made me to become like, oh, I need to make sure that the next video I post, I plan everything to the T. I need to make sure that the script is perfectly polished. I need to make sure that I plan how I'm going to film. And it had gotten to the point where it's like wow, yo, Zoe, you are spending so much time planning and less time actually. You're spending so much time deciding on how. Oh gosh, I can't put things back. Deciding on how you're going to film things, where you're going to film things. Because trust me, I think I have a notion set up here where I think I had put like a vlog that I was going to film, and I had made a whole script of how I was going to teach people how I scored was again how to study. But the thing is, I myself struggle with during that time I was struggling with just studying. And not only that, I was very, very unwell. Like I was in a really bad place. So I was like, why am I even trying to film videos like this when I myself don't even feel I don't even feel well to film this? Why am I trying to plan something out when my body is telling me that I can't keep, planning and can't keep writing all the scripts of what I'm going to film. And because here's the thing, there's only so much you can write, there's only so much you can plan your life to the T, and things don't go how you want. So what are you going to do? Like how are you going to react when things don't go according to plan, when things don't fall in line with everything that you planned for? Because trust me, younger me right now planned so much. Like 16-year-old me, I was like, when I get to 18 years old, I know I'm going to be a scientist, I'm going to do this, I'm going to get this house by then, I'm going to get a 1 bedroom house by then with my own apartment, I'm going to get my own car by then, I'm going to have a driving license by then. I planned my life to the T. And looking back at it, and I was like, whoa, 16-year-old me didn't need to be doing all of that. Like, you don't need to be doing all of that. Sometimes it's like, sometimes even you just need to go into it knowing that you may fail. Because here's the thing, if you accept that no matter what, like even if you fail, I think one thing that I want to tell myself, that I'm telling myself that for the past couple of days, is no matter how hard it is, no matter if I fail, if I fail, I will get up and keep trying, because at least I know that I have given my best. I have given all of the 10% that I could give. I've given all of the 50% that I could give. If that's all, that is fine. Because here's the thing, if you're constantly writing out scripts on what you're going to say, writing out, filming out B-rolls, editing it, discarding it, filming it again because it's not perfect, and then you would never, like, you will see that you will get more frustrated, and the goal that you set for yourself will look even more further, because you're constantly trying to make sure that you're perfect for the goal. And life isn't like that, trust me. Life is complicated, life is hard, and constantly having to plan. Because the thing is, I'm not saying you should disregard your plans, you should disregard your goals, but here's the thing, if you want to plan, keep it simple, keep it short, keep it small, like small goals. Even if you can say to yourself, like, okay, this morning, if I can't do a 10-minute run, if I can't do eat this much fiber, I will eat at least one healthy meal, at least one healthy meal, or just one thing to supplement my meal. Because here's the thing, I was thinking that I would go from a non-content creator to an influencer by night. That was me. When I opened my TikTok account, when I opened my YouTube account, I was expecting that the first video that I post will shoot up to, 10K, and that's it. I'll have 5,000 subscribers, and so many people will be listening to me. And when that didn't happen, it discouraged me. It basically made me to stop even posting. Like, I have a video that's up on my channel right now that's a year old of not posting on this on this account, because what, I saw the views, I saw that no one was commenting, and I was like, there's no point. Like, there's barely anyone watching, barely anyone commenting, and what's the point of posting if no one's going to watch, if no one's going to comment? So the thing is, you can plan. There's when it comes to planning, there's a thing, you can plan as much as you want, but life has a way of showing you. Life has a way of showing you. Trust me, life has a way of showing you. There's only so much that you can plan, and sometimes you miss out on opportunities. by just constantly planning. Because here's the thing, I have missed out. I had noticed that I begin to miss out on certain opportunities because I'm like, this is not perfect. I need to plan this. I need to plan that. And over planning, guys, it's is one thing that I need to sort in my life. Over planning, just here's the thing, over planning is one thing I need to sort out in my life, because there's only there's only so much you can plan, and it gets to a point where it's like, if you're planning more than you're doing, if you're writing out scripts more than you're filming, if you're just maybe, here's the thing, maybe you just need to do it. Sometimes it's hard because sometimes it's like the video is not perfect, so I'm not gonna post it, or the lighting is not perfect, so I'm not gonna post it. I think I have found so many excuses of why I don't want to post, why I haven't posted on YouTube, because I'm like, oh, the lighting is not perfect, the camera is not perfect, the device I'm filming is not perfect, the lighting, the area where I'm at is not perfect. There's too much noise. There's too much. There's so many excuses, and then I'm like, okay. When those excuses are out, I'm like, okay, I need to plan it. The script is not perfect. Let me plan. Let me write the script. The the script is not perfect. The video quality is not perfect. Let me plan that as well. Let me plan how I'm going to film. Let me plan where. Let me plan so many things. And it starts to eat up on your dream, and it also makes the process of filming a drag. It makes it like a chore, it makes it boring, because you're constantly thinking, I haven't planned this, I haven't planned how I'm going to film, so I'm not going to film. I haven't planned what I'm going to say, so I'm not even going to speak. I haven't planned so many things. It gets to a point where it's like, if I don't put it out, no one will ever know. Like, how am I going to succeed? How am I going to reach audiences if I don't put it out? If I keep telling myself that I need to plan every single minute detail of filming, every single minute detail of posting, I need to plan everything to the T. When if I just put the video, if I just film, put the video, and that goes for anything, because the thing is, you can be so ambitious. I'm such an ambitious person, but the one thing that hinders me from actually reaching my goals, hinders me from reaching my dreams, is the fact that I'm constantly in the first stage, which is just planning. I'm constantly planning. I'm constantly, writing a script, writing out when I'm supposed to wake up. And that's why even some of the goals that I set for myself for January, for me to be doing January, I haven't done it. I set myself that I'm going to wake up at 5 a.m. Have I ever woken up at 5 a.m. ever since that? No. So how do I expect that? If you set yourself, okay, you're going to wake up at 5 a.m. and you have never woken up at 5 a.m. You have never woken up early. How do you expect that you're going to wake up early? That's the thing with me. I set myself a goal that I'm going to be waking up 5 a.m. every morning. I'm going to be journaling. I'm going to go out for a run. I'm going to come back. I'm going to eat healthy. And I planned everything. This is what I'm going to do Monday. This is what I'm going to do. But here's the thing. I've never woken up at 5 a.m. before. Maybe I may have woken up at 5 a.m. when I was in secondary school, but I don't do it now. I've never, I hardly ever journal. So how do I expect someone who doesn't wake up at 5 a.m. to go from not waking up at 5 a.m. to waking up at 5 a.m. without putting out like little, little like goals? I'm not like, if you break down the goals, okay, instead of saying I'm going to wake up at 5 a.m., say I already wake up, okay, the time I wake up is 7. Let's push it time to, okay, I'm going to wake up at 6:50 every morning. 6:50 every morning is the time I'm going to wake up. Give myself at least 10 minutes. 6:50. Once I've gotten used to fix 6:50, I'm going to wake up 6:40 every morning. 6:40. Each time when you break it down like that, the 5 a.m. now goal looks much more closer because you're like, okay, I'm already waking up earlier. By the time it reaches 5 a.m., you're already hitting that goal. You might even surpass it because your body is already used to waking up early. Your body can adjust to waking up earlier. And then the thing with journaling, give yourself at least 1 minute of journaling. Like if you've never journaled, like I haven't journaled before. I I tried to, but I haven't been doing it consistently. So how do I expect me, a person who has never journaled, how do I expect, like, you can't expect someone who's never journaled to go from not journaling at all to straight up journaling every single day. Like, it's not going to, the habit is it's not going to work. It's not going to go well. Same with even exercise. If you've never exercised before, or if it's been a long time you've exercised before, you can't expect that your body is going like the goal that I set for myself was that I'm going to wake up and do Pilates every morning and go out for a run. Have I ever been out for I need to be serious with myself. Like, have I ever been out for a run before in the morning at 5? No. The answer is no. Here's the thing, that's the questions you need to ask yourself. Like, if you're setting big, massive goals that you can't accomplish, you need to go back to those goals and ask yourself, is this goal attainable? Have I ever in my life woken up at 5 a.m. to go for a run before? If the answer is no, you need to break down. You need to set that goal aside and put out little similar goals, that just little smaller goals that you know that you can beat, that you know that you can wake up. Because here's the thing, I know that I can wake up 6:50. That's the goal. I can set that and be like, okay, I wake up 6:50 every morning. That's a goal that I know that I can hit. Okay, the next goal is I want to be a healthy person. How am I going to be a healthy person? How am I going to eat healthy? If I've never eaten healthy before, how do I ensure that I can eat healthy without, feeling guilty because I didn't eat healthy in a day? I think that's the reason why so many of us struggle with goals and accomplishing our goals, because we set such big goals. I've also seen a YouTube video where it's like I've read an article where it's like you should set systems and not goals, because here's the thing, if there's already a system in place where you know that, okay, you're waking up at 6:50, you're eating this particular food. Say you're eating I don't know, porridge in the morning. So if you already eat porridge in the morning, you can decide to yourself, okay, what should I add to this to make this healthy? Instead of saying, I'm going to cut out all of this, I'm going to cut out all carbs, I'm going to cut out all sugars, I'm going to cut out. And if you're a person that has never exercised before, never cut out things before, why would you go for that? If you're a person who's never woken up at 5 a.m. before, why would you go? Like, you might be able to do it in the first week. The first week, I was doing all my goals. I was hitting all my goals the first week. Guess what happened the second week? Nothing. All of my goals went down the drain. The first week of January, I was hitting that's what will happen, because if the goals are too big, the first week, you will feel motivated, you feel energized to do all of your goals. You start hitting all of them. You start doing all of them and be like, yes, I'm getting closer. Then fatigue starts happening towards the end of the week, and then by the second week, all those goals have been abandoned. You've abandoned all of those goals because they were too big. The goals you set for yourself were goals that you yourself. Here's the thing, you will know. The thing with me is, you will know if you can attain those goals. You will know. You know yourself that the goals that you set for yourself are either unattainable or you can reach them. Like, you will know that you can reach those goals. So here's the thing, I was setting out goals, putting out, I'm going to read this many books by January. I'm going to wake up at 5 a.m. I'm going to all of those goals that I set for myself January 1st. I mean December 31st. Have I reached them? No. None of the goals that I set for myself have reached. None of the goals at all. Like, I've written so many things, put my done my vision board and everything. The goals I set for myself January is coming to what? It's March. It's March 19th. March 19th. All of the goals that I set for myself, nothing. Like, I have not hit any of my goals. I have not reached any of my goals because I looked back at my goals and I'm like, these goals that I was setting for myself, these things that I was setting for myself, and I was planning out and saying, this is how I'm going to apply to this many jobs, I'm going to apply to that was like, at the moment I was like, yes, I'm going to hit them, all of the goals, I'm going to hit them. At the moment it seems like, yes, you're going to hit the goals and you're going to, but if your goals that you set for yourself are just too unattainable, if the goals that you set for yourself are too big, because if you're not setting goals that you know you yourself can reach, that you know you yourself, if someone were to tell you to do it, you could do it like that. There's no point of planning around those goals. I think that's one thing as well. That's one thing that stops me from actually doing what I want to do, because I'm constantly planning around massive unattainable goals rather than little goals that I know that I can hit in a day, that I know that I can, do in a day. So I think that's one thing I wanted to put out for diary entry 4, is to not overplan yourself out of your goals. Do not overplan yourself out of your dreams, because at the end of the day you will feel more disappointed at yourself for planning and not doing. Because you can always, there's always a plan. But sometimes the universe, sometimes things happen that those plans don't come out, and those plans might not come out. And if you don't have something holding you, if you don't have like at least something where you can fall back to, then your plans. That's the thing. I wanted to say, over planning can stop you from achieving your dreams, can stop you from achieving not just your dreams, but you can overplan yourself out of opportunities that you know that you deserve, that you know that you need. Because the things are not perfect. It doesn't fall directly to your plan as well. And when I mean planning, I mean like writing out what you're going to do, what you're going to do for the whole year, planning out what you're going to exactly. That was me. I had notes and notes and notes of little things, how I'm going to plan for, my health and wellness, what I'm going to eat every single day, what I'm going to be doing my goodness. I look back and I'm like, wow, Zoe, you need to dial this down a bit. You need to dial your plans just a bit and see how they pick out 2 things. Pick out 2 of your goals that you know you can achieve this year, or 3 goals that you know that you can achieve this year. One thing I'm trying to do better is to pick out 2 or 3 goals that I can achieve this coming months. Break those goals down into weekly, then break them down into small. If you can't do weekly, break it down into little, like say 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes, 1 minute task. If you can't do 5 minutes, shorten it down, break it down again to 1 minute task. 1 minute task that you can do each day, because that 1 minute accumulates, and it makes it. If you look back, the thing is, if you look back at your past self, I'm constantly saying like, oh, I don't want that. My past self right now, my past self was not great. When my past self was not great. If I look back at my past self, and I'm like, I don't like this. How can I improve this part of me? Do the thing that will help you to improve. That's what I see. That's how I see it. I see it as not, constantly planning, but actually looking at any negative things that maybe your past self held that is stopping you right now, and not plan, but to like see how you can move away from that. Because here's the thing: if you're moving away from your past self, you're getting closer to your future goals that you set for yourself. If you're moving away from your past self, you're getting closer to your future self that you set, the future goals that you set for yourself. So that's how I see it. I see it as a, okay, instead of constantly planning my way out of planning my way, and saying this is exactly what I'm going to be doing today. I'm going to be doing this. I'm going to be drinking matcha every day. Meanwhile, you barely have money to pay for matcha, or I'm going to be going to Pilates every. I don't have money. The thing is, I don't even know why I was putting that. I don't have money to go to Pilates. Like, that is something that I aspire to, that I dream to, that I'll save to, but I don't have a job to be going to Pilates every day. Like, the shop market right now is scarce, so I don't have a job to be planning all that too. So why am I making all these massive and big plans that in the future will not come in with that? Or just too big. So here's the thing. My takeaway from this video, from this diary entry 4, is to avoid planning too much in what you want, because because here's the thing: life happens. If you look at your past self and you see that you're further away from your past self, then you've done something right. Then you've, at least you know that you've accomplished something. If younger, you can say, wow, I'm proud of you, and older you doesn't regret. That's it. I think that's it. Like, if you're the older version of you in 5 years' time, you know that in 5 years' time she's going to look back. The person that is in 5 years time can look at you and be like, I'm proud of what you achieved. I think that's how I see life. I see life as, I want to make sure that I'm furthest away from my past self and closer away to, whatever dream that is best, that will fit my plan, that goes to, who I am as a person. I think that's how I see it. It's more like not focusing too much, not overthinking too much on how everything has to be perfect and how everything has to be set in stone. So yeah, that's it for diary entry 4.